In this video, we'll measure the clearance distance for the locator. We'll check the room between the tool and the machine. We'll extend the cutoff projection length, and then we'll rerun simulation. We are picking up where we left off in simulation, after the cutoff locator collided with the right spindle chuck jaws. And we can see from axis control on X1 that we're at minus 224.4. So while we're here, let's use some of the tools in simulation to determine how far we need to move that cutoff blade out and if we have the clearance on the machine to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to X1 and I'm going to change this value here to minus 214. And you can see that brings us close to clearing. So I'm just going to move with these arrows just a little bit. And you can see 2 clicks of the arrows brought me away, and I have a little sliver here. So we're clear. I want to move it out a fair distance. So let's say minus 210. And that's a reasonable amount of clearance, I would say. So we were at 224.4 when we started moving the axis. We're now at minus 210. That's a difference of 14.4. Let's see if we have enough room to move the blade out an additional 14.4 millimeters from the locator. So I'm going to restart, which will bring me back to the start. Then I'll right click and I'm going to go to a left view, which should let me look at the turret nicely. We can see our cutoff blade here. I'm going to right click on one of the axes and I'm going to tell the turret to move 30 degrees. It's at 180 degrees from the cutting side. But what I want to know is, do I have enough room to move this out 14.4 millimeters? So I'm going to put on our machine housing to transparent. And we can see our cutoff tool back there, and we can see where the wall, the inside wall of this machine would be. I'm going to move the x-axis 15 millimeters. We only need 14.4. We're getting pretty close, but we still got some room. Let's see what else we got here. We got 16, so we know we got at least 1.5 millimeters, 16.5. So we've got 2.1 millimeters of clearance in this case. If I go to 17, it shows collision. So Mastercam will help us determine how to set our tools on the turret. I'll put this back to 0, and I'll go back to the Mastercam part file to make the changes needed. I'll open up the Tool Setup Manager. I'll right click and expand all, and we can either set the projection length here on the tool, or we can go into the properties of the locator. I'll select projection adjustment, and I'll go out and I'll use the dynamic projection adjustment tool. I'm going to pull this out and set it to 14.4. Hit enter, enter, enter. It brings back the 14.4 millimeters. And we have extended the projection length of that cutoff blade. I've jumped back into simulation. I'm going to run the whole process to verify it works the way we expect it to. This section of the video will be sped up to save time. Our process looks good. I'll take a quick look at the report to see if we have any error messages, which we don't. So we have a good process, and we are ready to start creating the right spindle ops.